Hey guys, it is Tuesday here in the Philippines, so it is time for us to go ahead and do our weekly premium unboxing video. And today we are focusing on Mini GT, as I mentioned, and it is solely dedicated to Liberty Walk GTRs. We've got 4 different models. One is just the most recent release of the GTR from Mini GT, but it was one that I wasn't even expecting. It's the Sinopec Exclusive. Sinopec is a gas station in Hong Kong. It's I guess like a franchise chain of gas stations in Hong Kong. I'm not familiar with them, really not familiar with anything else that they do except that it's the name of a gas station. And that they have a few exclusive cars promoting their gas station from Mini GT. So there's 4 of them altogether. The one that I picked up is the GTR. There is a McLaren, a Supra, and a Land Rover, which I went over the details of the Land Rover with you, comparing it to the Camel Trophy, the original one that's released for main retail sales from Mini GT. We went over that in my Land Rover video last weekend. So take a look at that one, and it'll fill you in the differences between the regular mainstream release of the Land Rover Camel Trophy winner compared to the new Sinopec one. So anyways, we're going to start off with some of the older ones first. We'll say the Sinopec for last. And kind of work our way up to that one. So the first one we're taking a look at is one of their first releases of the GTR. Actually, it was the second release of it. And this is your number 3 LB Works Nissan GTR Matte Gray. Might as well just be gray primer. Not a huge fan of this color, but it is pretty popular with a lot of people because of now like LB Liberty Walk Performance. They're also starting LB Fighter Works. They did that on the Aventador. I think if you guys watch my video, I pointed that out, how they have it written across the windshield on one of their banner stickers. It may even signify that on the rear wing too. But that's why this is like getting such a boost with popularity because of that different name that they're calling them. So it is pretty cool looking when you have this setting next to the Aventador. I think I did some pics of it on Instagram, and there's a link for my Instagram account in the description of the video. So you can go there and check out the pic I think I left. But anyways, yeah, I've had some of these for a while. I may have already popped them out on Instagram and showed them in some pictures. But yeah, I wait till I accumulate a few of them before I do a video on them. So anyways, let's get this guy out and look at him. We'll go over the box first. Just collector number 3. Then nothing on that end cap. Nothing. Oh, yeah, there is. Mini GT TSM model. I thought there was going to be nothing on that one because it's an older release. One of the first ones, as I said. The first release was the baby blue, which I call like Liberty Walk blue, because as far as I can think, is that would be Kato Wataru's favorite color because of his Ken Mary and such, and they always seem to do every car in that color. So anyways, this is the matte gray one, though. All your warning and choking hazards on the bottom. And then on the back side, you have to where to find Mini GT online, on Facebook, and on Twitter. This is before they had their Instagram account. And then this is your LB Works Nissan GTR. And this is your R35 matte gray Type 1 rear wing version 1 left-hand drive. They did come in right-hand drive. And one thing I'll point out on this one, because in the earlier releases, not really with the baby blue, but I don't know why, it was with the gray and with the matte white number 9. They had some issues with the front wheel openings. In the casting itself, I don't know if it was the metal sag that pulled out of the casting too soon. I don't know how or why this happened, but the front wheel openings kind of ended up looking like the rear quarter opening of like a Lamborghini Countach because they were angled so drastically where it should have been like a full radius. This one, it didn't really happen too much on the driver's side, although you can see it a little bit, and I think this matte gray kind of highlights it a little bit, but it's not so bad on that side. Even on the box picture, it is kind of the same, as you can see, with the way the wheel opening is not totally radius just a little bit off, not much. So anyways, this car looks really good. It looks better in the live camera than it does in the pictures on the box. So you see all the co-sponsors and such, and the rising sun kind of ghosted in, looks really cool. Then rubber mirrors as usual, but these were pretty stiff. Actually, these are plastic, so this is why this is one of the ones that I think I had originally and broke the mirror on. I did have a couple of them and then stopped collecting for a while, as I mentioned in some of my later, or not later, but earlier videos, and later on I started collecting these things again with a vengeance, actually, because I'm trying to get every single one of the GTRs released. So far, so good. We're up to like 48 of the 49, so one to go. So, anyways, moving to the front part, as you can see, acrylic headlight lenses as usual. This has the Toyo tires and LB Performance. Toyo tires usually was never that big, so this is another one that may be the only one with that type of banner sticker. I'll have to look at some of the other releases. Not saying that it never had Toyo tires, but I would say it would not have been like the main banner sticker as on this one. So let's move this camera over because it's starting to give me a little bit of a focusing problem. So, and then as we've done in the past, I'm going to zoom in a little bit because it seems to have worked very well in the other videos. So there we go. A little closer look at it and all of your different stickers on the vehicle, and then imagine all the people living life in peace. And then nothing really on the rear wing. Not sure if it says something or if it's just a red like Liberty Walk decal, LB Performance it may be. And then on the back, Toyo tires, red acrylic taillight lenses, chrome trimmed or silver trimmed exhaust tips, nicely detailed chassis, and then moving over to the passenger side. As you can see, this one, the camera doesn't look that bad at all, actually, but in person, it looks like that front wheel well sags a lot more than what it does in camera. Actually, I'm kind of amazed by how good it looks in the camera right now. But yeah, I was just going to mention it kind of sags a little bit, but these and the matte white one kind of had that where it was really transparent to see, and I've seen some worse than others. So as I said, I don't know if it was the way they were being casted or what, but I've never seen that happen on any of the other models or variants of the GTR from Mini GT, and really never heard of anybody complaining about it except for the white one predominantly and a couple of the gray ones. So there is your number 3, the second release GTR. And at that time, when they were first coming out, because they had some issues with paint and things like that with the Civics, and I think they also had the issue with one of the GTRs. So when they came out, they had like 3 or 4 at one time, and there was the baby blue, and then this gray, and then there was the Zero Fighter with the high wing and the ducktail. Then a few months later, the matte white one came along. So, and then after that, I kind of lost touch of how they came out and stuff. But now I'm back into it and starting to get up to date on all the details of all of these GTRs. So moving along to our second older two. These are both USA exclusives. The first one we'll look at is the lower number. We have 30 and 31. 30 is the gold one. The satin gold. You may have remember the Japan exclusive that I did. I forget the name of the city. It's actually hard to pronounce. But anyways, it's the same car, but it has a carbon hood and carbon ducktail wing. And it's also number 40. These kind of usually go together very nicely. A lot of people do videos and pics of them together. They look great together. But as you can see, this one is also an exclusive for the US. And anyways, let's go over the box and I'll point the USA exclusive thing out when we get to it. So number 30, Mini GT, LB Works, Nissan GTR, Satin Gold. On this end cap, Mini GT, TSM model, nothing here, choking hazards, age restrictions on the bottom. Top, collector number. Backside is where I want to point out the USA exclusive and the UPC, LB Works Nissan GTR R35 Type 1 rear wing version 2. Satin Gold USA Exclusive. So I think all of these are going to be left-hand drive. Although some of the USA Exclusives, surprisingly, some of them were right-hand drive. I think the yellow silhouette USA Exclusive is right-hand drive, but don't quote me on that. I know one of them are, so it's kind of odd to me to see that. So anyways, let's get him out and take a look at him. And one day, whenever I get everything unboxed for you guys, next week we're going to do a video either on some miscellaneous brands or on the 3 ultra rare ducktail variants from Mini GT. I'm just waiting to get the other one in, which is the Zero Fighter number 6. I have it ordered. It's on its way. Was going to do that video this week, but it didn't get here on time because we're having some other lockdown here. So that's kind of slowing down shipping a little bit. So anyways, when I get those, which should be by next week, definitely, and then we will do a video on them. Then eventually we'll bring all the GTRs back out and look at them. Hopefully by then I can get the other one that I'm missing, which is the number 54 pink breast cancer awareness one from a year or two back. So hopefully that one I can get before I do the video of all of them together. But here is your number 30 in satin gold. As you can see, if you remember, the number 40 had the carbon hood, carbon ducktail. This looks really nice. This one, as you can see, the mirrors are a little bit more flexible than on the gray one. That's when they started doing the rubber one, because these are very, very stiff. These are plastic on this guy here. Or the paint made it where it's very stiff. I don't know, but they're definitely not as durable as the other GTRs. So, as you can see, not much livery on the side of this at all. No co-sponsors, nothing. No "Imagine all the people living life in peace" slogan. But does have your typical Forgiato black wheels. Acrylic headlight lenses. And then your silver intercooler. No decals on the hood either. And then even a small LB Performance banner sticker. Nothing too exotic. Not even anything in the quarter glass. It's kind of surprising. But it does have its list of sponsors in the back window, as most do. Nothing on the back either. No Toyo tires. Nothing. Nice subtle look. Liberty Walk plate. The little GTR emblem. Red acrylic taillight lenses. And even the exhaust tips are not highlighted. It may be, no, I don't think it's even the blue. It's kind of hard to tell in the lighting here, but I think it's just black. So anyways, lacking a lot of like high impact like decals and little vibrant trims like on the exhaust tips and stuff. Just a nice subtle matte gold that in some lighting looks like real gold plating. So really nice looking car. So moving on to the next USA Exclusive. This came only in a blister pack, and I believe the number 30 did too, but I bought it on the secondary market, so it didn't come with the blister pack, and it wasn't sealed. Now, the gray one was sealed, and you could get those like from Mijo too, but it was like a global release. Now, this one I think is just a USA release. Let me zoom back out and kind of go up on this to show you guys the package. The Mijo exclusive at the top, but it also says USA Exclusive. Which some of the Mijos do, even if they were mainstream releases. But I don't think this one came in like the individual box. It may have been released in Japan also, which would have been in a blister pack too, with a different like box and different limited number and so forth. But some of them are just specifically for the US. So anyways, this is it, the number 31 matte black. So nice looking car. We have the silhouette matte black one, so this would be a perfect match to it, the version 1 kit. So you have all your spill on the back here, your M&J exclusives, where to find M&J on Facebook, Twitter, and online, your age restrictions, choking hazards, your Mini GT website and social media sites, your licensing, and then your UPC here, which it probably says the same on the box, but LBWK Nissan GTR R35. Type 1 rear wing, version 1, matte black, USA exclusive. So let's get him out and look at him. Then we'll take a look at the box too, since we always do that. And then we'll take a look at the car. So, this is one that I just recently got. This one, these three here are usually not big money cars, but they were very elusive. They were very hard to find. But they're not that expensive when you do find them. But they are hard to find. So here's the box. As you can see on the back of the box, no holographic sticker as usually they do have, but it was on the back of the blister pack. That's why. And then same thing on the back, UPC here, and it says USA Exclusive. And let me zoom back in as we were doing before. So there you go. All of your licensing, collector number 31. Nothing on that end cap. Mini GT, TSM model. And then the actual picture of the car. LBWK, Nissan GTR matte black. And then in cap, so forth. Can't remember what I just showed you guys. And stroking hazards and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, let's look at the car. That's the important part. So this looks really good. No, imagine all the people living life in peace slogan, but does have all the other stuff in white decals, so it highlights it terrific on this matte black. I actually think I like the matte black more than the gloss black on these cars. Looks pretty good with the chrome trim ring, chrome lip on the Forgiatos. And then moving along to the front, you have your chrome, well not chrome, it's silver intercooler. No decals on the hood. Your acrylic headlight lenses as usual. And then this does have rubber mirrors. As you can see, they flex pretty good. And left-hand drive. That's one thing I didn't point out here. But yeah, left-hand drive. So being USA exclusives, I would have expected that. But as I said, I think the yellow silhouette is right-hand. But anyways, moving along with this one. More sponsors on the side here in white. Looks really good. High wing. And then your LB with the rising sun on the side of the spoiler. GTR emblem looks great on the matte black. Stands out really nice. And Liberty Walk decals and such. The red acrylic head or tail light lenses look great on the matte black finish too. And as always, screwed down base. That's one thing I didn't point out with the other ones, but yeah, forgot to do that. Screws holding the base down, so it's easy to wheel swap or fix any little imperfections that may come from the factory, like a bent axle or something like this. This is the problem with matte paints, though. When you get a little tiny scuff, it always gets shiny. I had that on the gold one, too. The gold one's a little harder to see, though. It's right in there. So that's the issue with matte paints. It's like usually when things get scuffed, they turn dull. But on matte paints, they actually turn shiny. It's like you're rubbing it out or something. So, last but definitely not least, is the new one that was kind of like a surprise release for me. Didn't know Mini GT was doing any promotional stuff. But here it is. Your Mini GT LBWK Nissan GTR in satin silver. They did release one in satin silver a long time ago. I think it was in a USA exclusive too. And it was a ducktail. And it had the red wheels on it also. But it had the red rising sun decals and the LB performance stuff all over the side of it. Now this one, as you can see, the box on this thing is mammoth compared to the other boxes. Your usual box for the GTR is like that tall. As you can see, much taller. That's because they printed all or cut all the boxes to fit everything in it. And the Land Rover takes a size box. That's why. As I mentioned, there's the Land Rover, the GTR, the McLaren, and the Mark V Supra. So, the box they made to fit all of them. So, anyways, as you can see, they have its fuel engineering. I guess it's a Sinopec slogan and catchphrase maybe. Then you have collector number 205. You have your Mini GT website, where to find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Then on the back, you have your licensing and such, and then you have where it says on the UPC, LB Works, Nissan GTR R35, Type 1, rear wing, version 1, satin silver, right-hand drive, Sinopec. Sinopec, not sure how they pronounce it. Then you have the X Series with Sinopec additives. And then Sinopec on this side here. And then I'm not sure what the other one says. Sinopec also maybe. But then, and that's about it. Then your choking hazards and rage restrictions and so forth. So let's get him out of the box and look at him. The reason I haven't gotten the other ones, one, because of the price. These are not cheap, even to get them here, even though we're close to Hong Kong. It's still almost as expensive as what it costs to get them to you guys in the States. They're about 40 to 50 bucks each. So, yeah, they're not going to be a cheap investment by far. But they are pretty cool, and they are pretty exclusive. As I said, you're not going to find these at any hobby shop, or you're not going to find them anywhere in America, for that matter, except buying them online, of course, from resellers. So you have to pay the price, unfortunately. But the reason I opted for this one, as I mentioned with the Land Rover, there's only a couple small tampo differences, and that's it. It's lacking a couple tampos as what the original one had, the British flags. And once again, tune into my Land Rover video that we did last week, and it goes into more detail. The Mark V Supra and then the McLaren, they just have some little slogan written on the bottom of the side of the spoiler. Actually, I think, yeah, this one does too. This, where it says, let's try to get this here. It's fuel engineering. They all say that. But that's the only thing that the Mark V and the McLaren have. The Mark V is the black one with the gold honeycomb style Pandem wheels. It's the Pandem release that I just unboxed about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It's the latest Mark V Super release from Mini GT. The McLaren is the newest one, I guess sapphire blue, which is a beautiful blue. I wish I would have bought that car, actually. Unfortunately, it's sold out now. But they're the same cars, just with this slogan written on the bottom of their wings. That's it. So since we're back here, you can see this one, though, on the other hand, is not like any other release Mini GT has ever done. This one is exclusive for Sinopec. As I said, satin silver they've done before, but it was a ducktail. So this is totally different on its own with the high wing. And then you have like your typical like Toyo tires and stuff on the back. And then Liberty Walk, silver trim exhaust tips. Then some, I guess, other typical stuff on the rear flare, but then you have your X Series on the side of the wing, which is for Sinopec. Then the big door door tampo where it says X Series for Sinopec. That's different too. As I said, they've never released anything like this before. The Sinopec banner sticker. Now the Mark V and the McLaren may have this. I know the Land Rover does not. But the other two may have the Sinopec banner sticker too. And then acrylic headlight lenses, your silver intercooler. And as you see, some of them have some writing on the intercooler, whereas some of them don't. Like the black one doesn't. The gold one does. And then the gray one does. I'm not sure if the black one and some of the other ones that don't have the writing are errors that they should have been printed. Not sure. I don't have doubles of them to do comparisons. But anyways, as is pointing that out, I even have a couple where the intercooler, I think, is black. But as I said, they have a matte silver one that almost looks chrome, as I could say, like in some lighting, it looks almost like a mirror, like a dull mirror, but anyways, like a brush finish aluminum or something. So it looks pretty cool. And the other one, as I said, looks pretty cool sitting next to it. I don't have it out here, but whenever we do the video of most of them together, I will show you guys. So that's your Sinopec one. And as I said, if I was going to buy only one, I would buy this one. Because this one is a totally different car all to its own. The other three are just like I said, regular releases with some very, very slight tempo differences on the Land Rover. And then the MK5 and the McLaren pretty much just have those little like banners on the bottom of the wing, maybe on the windshield too, I'm not sure. But it really, I mean, if you were making your own tampos, you could put those on that car. It's nothing that exclusive. So that's why I didn't get them yet. Because of the price. If the price is fair, like $20 each or something for the McLaren and an MK5, I would probably buy it. But for $40 to $50, it's a little bit steep in my opinion. But for this guy, because of its uniqueness, I would say it's worth it. Also, the Land Rover is kind of worth it too because on the box it also says Land Rover Camel Trophy Support Vehicle. It doesn't say the Camel Trophy winner. It says Camel Trophy Support Vehicle. And as I said, it doesn't have the British flags on it. So if you're a big Land Rover fan and stuff, this one may have some uniqueness to it. And because of like the rarity of the Camel Trophy winner nowadays and how hard it is to find, this is your second opportunity to get one. There will be a third opportunity though, and it will be the one with the British flags on it because it's actually going to be in a pontoon boat with some figures and all that stuff, which is going to be a cool set coming out from Mini GT. There hasn't been a finalized like pre-order release date yet, but it's in the, I guess you could say, I don't know, like their art room. They're still working on the idea, but there's actually a prototype model of it on their website there and also on Facebook and on their Instagram page. So check it out. It's pretty cool. So guys, that's it for this week. I'll be back this weekend for the video. I promised that we're just going to take a look at a bunch of Hot Wheels 2nd Gen Chargers, some premium ones that I have accumulated over the past couple of years. We've done a video in the past on them, but I've accumulated quite a few more since we've done our last video, and I think Ethan will be back to help me with that one because it's nothing too delicate. Like these guys have breakable parts, so I have to watch what I let him help me with. So anyways, he'll probably help me with the Chargers this weekend. So guys, I left an icon here on the left for you on another Mini GT unboxing video, and I left an icon here on the right for you to subscribe. So if you have not done so, please remember to do that. Please give me a thumbs up and please share the video. Have a great week, and I'll see you this weekend. Thanks for watching.